Hello my special friends. Part 2. Leo. As you continue to explore the infinity within your heart and soul, there is a sense that you are beginning to find inspiration and energy from the core of your being. You have spent a great deal of your life trying to be the person you felt you ought to be, but now you are beginning to explore being the person you want to be. The shift within you has illuminated your creativity and vibrancy. There can be no denying that you have traveled through some stormy waters over recent years, and yet you have had the courage to explore your depths and faced your true self. As a result, you have grown wiser, stronger and more confident, and you seem ready now to live more consciously and wholeheartedly than ever before. Celebrate your gifts and your uniqueness, and know that your passion and enthusiasm are at your side as you step towards uncharted terrain. Pause for a moment, take a deep breath and feel your power rising up from within. January looks set to be a month of reflection, but also a month to prepare for the road ahead. It seems that the more you connect to your true essence, the more you will realize that you already have exactly what you need in order to reshape and redefine your life from the inside out. Believe in yourself, love yourself and have the confidence to be yourself. This isn't a race, so take your time, but gather together the multiple facets of your being and embrace your true nature as you turn towards a new energy of expansion and joy. Even though your path ahead feels unknowable on many levels, by embracing the present moment, the angst and uncertainty fades as you find peace from the not knowing. It's time now for you to embrace a brand new dawn. Virgo. The process of decluttering your life looks set to continue throughout January as you are realizing just how heavy all of those things to do have become. As a way of maintaining the status quo, you have become a champion at keeping on, going with the flow and working hard to balance out the apple cart of life. However, this has left you feeling stuck in a rut and tethered to to-do lists, and to-do lists of to-do lists. Yet, you seem more than ready to step beyond the apple cart in order to seek out some delicious new fruits to try. So, it seems important now to ask yourself why you are hesitant when it comes to exploring new terrain. Of course, there will always be a place for apples, but there is room for so much more. However, try not to become lost or overwhelmed when you walk through the rich orchards of life. Savor the journey, and let your intuition guide you as to the path ahead. Trust your instincts and know that it's time now to lighten the load of your life in order to breathe in freedom once again. Whilst this might mostly be an inner journey, don't be surprised if you see some changes emerge in your day-to-day life as opening up to new possibilities. Fruit will likely illuminate your heart and soul, bringing to life your creativity and wisdom once again. In a way, this is a time of rebirth and reawakening as you step from the treadmill of keeping on and seek out a new way of living and being that brings you joy and a renewed sense of purpose once again. When you are fully present in the moment, your true priorities become clear and the rest falls away, leaving you free to enjoy the magical journey of life and to live as wholeheartedly as possible. Libra. January looks set to mark the start of a journey towards lasting and life-affirming change. This feels both exciting and a little nerve-wracking as although you are more than ready for change, you are not as yet sure what this might actually mean. Of course, change is happening all of the time, but this feels more significant as you can sense a shift in direction and a new path to discover. Although you are not keen to upend your life, you are also very keen to upend your life as you want something new, fresh and vibrant. The complexities of being you can make life challenging at times. In some ways this shift feels like an inner revolution, but change seems to be flowing in all directions, and on all levels at the moment, as you finally seem able to breathe fully and expand into being you. For such a long time you have hovered on the periphery, not quite sure where you fit, what you truly want or need, but these doubts are fading now as you realize that the magic and sparkle comes from your heart and soul. It's not something to do, get or find. It's within you. So, when you feel exuberated by life, your energy surges into every aspect of your being and your intuition shines brightly, and this inner illumination lets you know that you are on the right path. It's therefore important to let this light guide you, as with a busy mind like yours, it's easy for your head to take over and ignore the more subtle signs within. When you close your eyes and breathe deeply, you can feel the core of stillness rising and falling with your breath, so when your mind gets busy, try to pause, breathe and refocus. You are a beautiful, talented and gifted soul and the time has come to let the seeds of creativity within you blossom. Scorpio. As you continue to explore the bigger picture of your life, you look set to begin a new process in January that involves creating a new vision of your priorities, goals, and dreams. Your outlook on life has changed, and you seem ready now to focus on things that feel life-affirming, delicious, and enriching. So, instead of trying to be everything to everyone around you, you are beginning to see the importance of honoring your own needs and well-being. This feels empowering and inspiring, and it's a sign that you are stepping beyond the storylines and patterns that have shaped and defined your life for so long. It seems that the more you open up to your own needs, the more you are shifting the dynamic of your life towards creativity, love, and happiness. As a result, you are seeking out ways to live the life you love and to love the life you live. Although you still have so much you want to achieve, much of the clutter is falling away now as your true dreams start to surface, and this is bringing you a sense of clarity you haven't experienced before. As you continue to evolve and blossom, you are stepping more consciously into your essence and celebrating your uniqueness and your gifts. You see life and the world very differently to those around you, and you often try to hide this and fit in. Now you realize there is nothing to fit into, and your uniqueness is a superpower. So, no more trying to squash your vast consciousness and infinite creativity into a little box marked normal. Try to let your essence flow freely and see where it takes you. Be proud of all that you are, and allow a new storyline to unfold that gives you a new sense of purpose and passion once again. Sagittarius. You have always been a freedom-seeking, free-spirited soul with a passion for life and a zest for adventure. You thrive on spontaneity and actively seek out new possibilities and ideas. Over time, you have collected ideas, dreams, goals, things to explore, things to do, books to read, and spiritual ideals to reflect, with an infinite number of things to do in between. You've been so busy collecting all of this that you haven't really had the opportunity to do very much with any of it. As a result, there are metaphorical piles of opportunities, ideas, dreams, and goals all around you, and it's feeling a little overwhelming. Although you take this in your stride, there is a part of you yearning to let it all go and become the freedom-seeking free spirit that you know yourself to be. Intuitively, you know that the more you carry in life, the heavier you become, and this acts more like an anchor than a launch pad. So, why do you keep collecting rather than diving right in? You already know that the path to joy comes from stepping beyond the chatter and distractions and reconnecting with your essence. You want to feel whole again, but this great big heap of stuff has become more of a challenge than an opportunity. It seems time to contemplate what you truly want from life and if you are ready to lighten the load in order to fly free once again. Stuff can be physical, emotional, or energetic, and you have plenty of all types, and whilst you will always carry some of this, as it's a part of you, have the self-belief and self-love to let go and breathe. You are a beautiful being, and this is your time to shine brightly and to live as wholeheartedly as possible. It's time now to honor your magnificence and to connect to the essence of all that you are. Capricorn. Letting go of self-doubt looks set to be an important theme for you over the weeks ahead as you seek out new ways to redefine yourself and your life. You have spent a great deal of time trying to do more and be more in order to feel whole, but you haven't realized that you are already whole, exactly as you are. It seems clear that some of this self-doubt has come from life experiences, but the rest has come from some core beliefs that you must try harder. This has acted as something of a measuring stick for you, and it's seen you pushing yourself to do better and be better, often focusing on the gap between where you are and where you feel you ought to be, rather than on where you are now. Of course, there's nothing wrong with aspirations, but focusing on the gap can create feelings of lack, and over time, this feeds into self-doubt. What you do and achieve doesn't define you, you do that. If you ease off the pressure, you can begin to focus on cultivating happiness and joy instead. These are not a byproduct of keeping on, they need to be nourished and cherished in their own right. Happiness is not a luxury, it's a necessity for your well-being. Self-doubt has been a hard taskmaster, but self-belief and happiness might feel harder as you're not familiar with them. However, this isn't a reason to hide in self-doubt, it's a reason to open up to change. Take each day as it comes, be kind to yourself, and with each passing day you will find yourself growing wiser and more content. At the same time, your gifts will begin to flourish once again as you feel a stronger sense of purpose and destiny. Self-belief brings creativity and adventure as new doorways open and new adventures begin. Aquarius. You have always been a thinker and a philosopher in life. You see the world from a unique perspective that so few others could even begin to comprehend, let alone understand. This perspective has enabled you to ride the waves of life with wisdom and creativity, but there have been times when you have felt isolated and disconnected, as so few others really get you. However, instead of this overwhelming you, it has acted as a source of inspiration to seek out new ways of living and being that bridge the gap, bringing your vision and perspective into everyday life. As a result, you have been on an accelerated path of awakening, and you are evolving with each passing day. You have realized that you are so much more than the sum of your past, present and future, as your inner world is infinite and beyond understanding. Opening up to the magic of being you should be easy, but your tendency to overthink, overanalyze, and often push for perfection can act as obstacles. Although you intuitively know the need to trust the process, your thinking side just gets carried away. Of course, your thinker and your infinite consciousness are both facets of you, so they are not opposing forces. It's time to find ways to bring them together and to let your true, vibrant, and beautiful power flow freely. Try not to get lost in the details, take a deep breath of now and open up to living your truth in order to live as wholeheartedly as possible. Prioritize your own needs and give yourself some much-needed breathing space as you contemplate your path ahead and acknowledge what you truly want in life. You seem ready to breathe more deeply into life as you let go of the need to do, and instead focus on the more expansive desire to be. Pisces. You have been standing at a crossroads in your life for quite some time, feeling ready to explore pastures new, but feeling unsure as to how to go about it. As a deeply sensitive and intuitive soul, you have often felt overwhelmed with the currents of life and the kaleidoscope of different threads as they weave their way in and out. It's as though you feel as though you sense too much, although intuitively you know that you sense exactly what you need to sense. This is hard to explain, but it's as though you feel like a piece of driftwood that's been carved into a majestic ship. This has left you tied up in uncertainty rather than tapping into the vast and deep pool of potential within you. As you stand at this crossroads, it's somehow been easier for you to believe that you are powerless as you drift with the currents, even though you know you are a creator of the currents. As January progresses, a need begins to arise from deep within you, inspiring you to step back a little from this dynamic in order to see the bigger picture of your life. This will enable you to connect to the energy of creation and the essence of happiness, as you shift your perspective away from powerless and back towards inspiration, expansion, and possibility once again. Believe in yourself and know that you are beginning to experience a new level of awareness that will help you step from where you are to where you want to be. Dance with the kaleidoscope of threads, feel the joy of being at one with the currents and flow, and know that you are very much a vibrant, passionate, strong, and courageous soul. Take a deep breath and become one with your true essence as you step from the crossroads into uncharted terrain.